Is that a subscription from Purell already? Hang on. Sound check as always. Can you hear me? Let me check tech stuff, make sure we're alive. Because today we had a ton of internet connection issues. So, hi Melia! Loud and clear, sounds good, great. So if the stream crashes randomly, you can just assume it's the internet and I'll just come back again tomorrow night, okay? So we'll just do that. But it's so great to see Melia, and thank you so much for the subscription again, Piro, you're the best. So, it supports me and it's great. And is the music too loud compared to my voice? Corky! Hey Corky! Let's give Corky a shout out. I learned how to do this. I know what I'm doing now. Corky! She's the cutest. Both her and her sister. Go guys, go follow her if you like video games and VTubers. Their avatars are so cute. Yeah, the music's a bit loud. Okay. Well, the music's about to change. So hang on. There we go. Tell me if that's too loud. You were so kind. No, you are, Corky. How are you doing? How is everything? I'm just here having my, it's a hot chocolate with natural cocoa powder and honey and a little bit of protein because I don't have enough protein, which is bad. But it's delish. Music's better. I am well. We got moved and all set into the new place. That's great. You guys like been totally settled in. I saw you were sharing a bunch of pictures of like your walls with all the artwork on it. It looks beautiful. So guys, today, let me put my glasses so I can actually see a little bit better. Today we're going to be inking this piece that you're looking at right now. This artwork, let me show you a little bit better. So this one was requested by everybody over on Ko-fi. So if you guys don't know, it actually you can see it at the bottom of the screen. You see the pink bar. It's 100%. It's my funding goal. And thanks to everybody who participated, once it was completed, I took a request and everybody voted on these two characters specifically because they are my mermaid or my merfolk AC, merpeople OC, OCs, and they're shipped together. So we're drawing them together. And we can talk more about them later on. And then of course the banner up on the top over there, campaign next month, so mark your calendars because that's also going to be very important. And I'm going to be streaming a lot next month so we can talk all about Silver Fangs and make lots of art and it'll be lots and lots of fun. So we can look forward to that. Oh, and of course, since my goal was reached already, you can see another bar over there. So if you go to Silverport Studios page, you can just tip there instead to contribute to a new goal. Lots of stuff coming all the time. So I'll put the link in the chat there. You can go find it. You can find their Ko-fi page with that link. Okay, now that that's said, is there anything else I gotta say? How are you guys doing? Tell me what you ate today, because I want to know. You know, I always love to live vicariously through everybody else and all their delicious meals that they get to eat. Yeah, so let's just get into it, I guess. Arbiter, hello! Oh, hey, looking pretty with the bow. Oh, thank you. This is like a super, I think I've had this my whole life. I don't know how I feel about it, but thanks. How are you doing? What'd you eat today? What are you working on? Or doing while you hang out with me on my stream? Millie says, poutine, yum, love poutine, and then chicken noodle soup because I'm sick. Oh, you're like the third person to tell me this week that they're sick. That's so sad. Everybody's getting sick. Strange. We're not even in the winter season yet and people are already getting sick. Okay. So let me grab my tablet. And if any point during our stream, if you guys are interested, maybe we can read some Silver Fangs. I know we're gonna read a lot next month because I think it would be fun because of the timing with the campaign. We can start like right from the beginning. We'll read episode 1 and we can, like, I'll comment on it and talk about it and we can all just read it together and get excited with that. I have chicken and fries for dinner. Chicken and fries is a staple pair that will never get boring. Just ate a salad. I'm gonna try play some woo-wah. Is that woo-wah? What is that? And salad is really good for you. Okay. Start inking this. It's a detailed one. I'd be shocked, honestly, if we finished inking this today. I don't think so. But we'll see how it goes. And I probably could do it if I just didn't talk to you guys. If I just ignored you all and just just focused on it, I probably could. Wuthering Waves. I don't know what that is. But then again, I live under a rock when it comes to like games and stuff. So I'm looking like a ghost over this light, so I'm just gonna darken the background a bit. Okay, that makes, I think it makes things easier on the eyes for you guys too, right? Looking at the screen, it's not so intense. I had no idea these OCs would be a couple. Yes, yes, oh my gosh. Let me pull them up actually individually. And I'll read you the lore. Hang on. So, yeah, this is Treasure. They're two of some of my favorite OCs. Where is he? There. And here's Scar. Yeah, the banner's in the way. He's my betta fish merman. And let me pull up real quick. I'll read it to you. I remember them. I love them both. Yes, me too, me too, me too. I'm gonna pull it up to at least show others that don't. I won't read it right away. I'll wait till like people come in. Like I think Kayla's gonna come around and she really likes them. She's the one that contributed the most to this goal. She was, and it was her idea to draw them together. So I will wait a little bit, but let me at least open them up. Okay. Okay, I have them open, so we'll come back to this. But they do have like a lore and like a little story. It's really short, it's just a little paragraph blurb. I'll read it to you guys and then explain how the two of them turned into this. I know I did these would be a couple. When I designed them, they weren't supposed to be. I was strictly just designing like a goldfish mermaid and a betta fish merman. And then, because they were two of my favorites, because I have a ton of mermaid OCs, but these are up there with like top 5. And yeah, I just thought that I just came up with a little lore of like how you do, because like betta fish and goldfish, those are like the typical like pet fish that people have, so they like, I don't know, I just felt like they would work together. Okay, let's begin. I'm gonna make a folder. And we're going to lower it so we can start. Also, I don't know if you guys could tell, because in the sketch it's hard to tell, but they're sitting in a fishbowl. Can you see that? So on the floor over here and over here, there's gravel. And then this back here is glass. See, there's like a plant over there. And that's why I drew them surrounded with these kinds of fish. And the reason I did that is because they're going to be neon tetras. Because neon tetras usually pair really well with betta fish because they don't kill them. Betta fish are really aggressive. They can't be paired with anything, including goldfish, okay? They are very unlikely, you know, what's it called, star-crossed lovers, like not supposed to be together, but they are. Because betta fish like kill everything. But they don't kill certain fish, and tetras are one of them. So I put tetras in the tank, and they also look so beautiful with the betta fish. Here's some advice: if anybody's gonna get into fish keeping, get a tank with like the most beautiful betta fish you can find, and then just get like 100 neon tetras. Beautiful, specifically the cardinals. They're beautiful. So there's that. So they're in a fish tank, and that's why I didn't put any like goldfish and betta fish, because if I put betta fish, it wouldn't make sense because they would get murdered, and same with the goldfish. So that's what I did. It's technically, actually, the drawing here in the setup actually makes sense to real life, but I'm rambling. That's just the mermaid side of me talking too much. So let's just get to it. Okay. I'm gonna start a vector layer because I love inking in vectors. And if you guys have any questions about them, my art, or the campaign, or you know how the Ko-fi situation works to make this artwork possible, because it's all thanks to them, don't be shy to ask. Milia says, I miss my blue betta fish Sapphire. He was so cute and friendly. What happened to him? Did he pass? Did he get old? I've had so many betta fish throughout my fish keeping years. I lost track of them. But I think my favorite one, I had like really, like I had a blue one. Can I find a picture of it? Let me find a picture actually, which one I had. I'll show you guys. It was a premium one. It was like a really expensive one. But I saw it and it was stunning, so I had to get it. This one. This one. I had one of these. That was one. I think that was my favorite one. And there's one that I always wanted, but it was like $150 every time it came into the shop, so I never got it. But it's like white with like a gold shimmer. It was stunning. Kayla's in chat. She says, "Hi MJ, I can't stay long because I'm at a hockey game tonight, but thought I'd stop by real quick." Oh, okay, no problem. Hey, maybe we'll still be here by the time you get home. Who knows? Have a good time at the hockey game. Who's playing? If you can hear me, tell me who's playing. Mel says, "Yeah, this was back from my childhood." Wow. Did you only have the one? Okay, let's begin. Also, technically, his scar is actually on the other side of his eye, but who cares? I wanted this scar to be visible. Look, see, it's actually on his left eye, but whatever. It's okay. It's not like it has to be consistent like in Silver FANGS or something. It's just for fun. Myself a little better coordination. Oh, another thing I can mention. 200 followers on Twitch. We just reached it, so that's pretty cool. I only noticed it like before I started streaming though, so I didn't get to think of doing anything. But thank you for everyone who's following. I think we recently just got 300 on YouTube as well, so that's fun. I gotta do like a milestone stream. Kamloops Blazers versus Spokane Chiefs. If I'm saying that right, I'm sorry if I'm not. It's the first game of the season. That's great. I was wondering about the eye scar. Oh, you noticed that? Oh, Kayla, you noticed. Darn it. I'm embarrassed now. Congrats. Thank you, Arbiter. This isn't float. Hang on. There. We can, look, Kayla, we can break rules like this because it's just, these OCs are strictly illustration, you know? They're not gonna, I mean, I don't think so. At least I don't have any plans to put them in comics. Though I did state before, and I'm still thinking about it, at least taking Scar's design or some forms of it for a certain character that I have in mind in Silver FANGS, because he is really cool. By the way, for those of you watching, can you answer me a quick question? How did you get notified of me streaming today? Did you get it from Discord? Did you see my Instagram story? Like, how are you getting told that I'm live? I want to know, please, and thank you. Exactly, it's more fun to see the eye scar in the art now anyway. Exactly. And you know what, crazy coincidence, because I think Kayla, I didn't get to respond yet, Kayla, I'm sorry, but I did see it. She posted into the Discord a picture of her at with someone dressed as Cinderella, and she was wearing a shirt with Scar on it, with this one. And I saw that and I was just like, I love Kayla so much. Discord and Twitch. Really? Kayla, that's interesting. For some reason I thought you'd come from Instagram, but good to know. X and Twitch notifications. Okay. I had to turn on Twitch notifications so I won't be late this time. Oh, you turned on Twitch notifications just for me? Arbiter, that's so cute. Thank you. That's so nice. But X, good, good. Because I have to go out of my way to post X because the bot just fails X for some reason. Like when I go live, if the notification, the bot on the Discord server doesn't work for me, right? It tags everybody. But on X I had it set up to do the same thing, and it just doesn't work. So Instagram and X I have to manually like make a post about it. It's okay, I'm not complaining, it's just weird. Or maybe it's me. You know me, technology has never been something that I'm very good at. Hearts. Bookroom says, saw Little Mermaid after photo op with Cinderella. It seemed appropriate to wear scar while saying it. That's so cute. I don't know what to say to stuff like that. That's just adorable and also true. It is in theme. When I saw that, I got such a big smile on my face. I was just like, heh. It's like, that's Scar. Out in the world. On an adventure with Kayla. Crazy. So. Gotta go now. Have fun. Mwah. Thank you so much, Kayla. And shout out Kayla Bushi, because in the last few streams she gave 2 tips over to Silverport Studios' Ko-fi. So thank you. You're the best. You're the best. And I appreciate you so much. So much. Have a good time at your hockey team. And for the rest of you listening, is it fun to watch me ink? Or is it boring? Tell me. Where the sun or the light source, I mean to say, wouldn't hit. I gotta remember to do that so I don't have to go back and do it. Save myself some time. These long sideburns, which are neat. It's fun and very chill. That's awesome. Okay, great. Great, good to know. And if I'm talking to him, she can just tell me. You know? You can be like, hey, MJ, put a lid in it, or a lid on it, because I'm trying to listen to the tunes and vibe, and you're killing it. And then I'll be like, okay. So sorry. Okay. Nice clean lines. I've always liked clean lines. It's both a blessing and a curse, really, because clean lines, though they look really cool. Like, I get complimented for my line art like crazy. Like, people notice it, which is really cool, because it's a lot of work. And then that's the downside, that it's a lot of work. Especially when you're doing a comic. I try to rough it up sometimes, especially with like with scenes with a lot of movement. You can get away with stuff like that. But I just on instinct just always do it very clean. Kimmy! Hi Kimmy! Kimmy's in chat. I haven't heard from Kimmy in a while. Let's give Kimmy a shout out. Shout out Kimmy! Whoops. Kimmy's so cute, you guys. Go give Kimmy a follow. She's so friendly. How are you doing? I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I'm excited. We're working on a piece that was requested by my supporters over on Ko-fi. And I'm in the process of preparing for a Kickstarter campaign over there for my comic, and I'm really excited. How are you doing? What's happening in your life right now? He's got 3 swords for earrings, 3 little mini swords. He has to be tough and cool because he's a fighter. We'll read the lore together in a moment. I was gonna wait for Caleb since she's not staying with us for her hockey game. We'll just go ahead and read it. Is that too thick? No, I think it's fine. This needs more weight though. Right there. It's so sad. You guys don't understand how many times I want to stream Silver Fangs. But I can't because it would be spoilers. She's a total bummer. Because if I was able to stream Silver Fangs, I think I would probably stream all the time. But I can't. Which I hope you guys are excited for chapter 5. It's getting juicy, isn't it? After that explosion. Damn, I love Silver Fangs, but I understand. Well then, you know what, Arbiter, stick around for the streams next month because I am going to try to stream at least a promo art on stream. Since it's going to be the month of the campaign, I am going to be, sorry, what's it called? I'm a terrible multitasker. Talking and working at the same time. It's, I'm going to be, like, talking about Silver Fangs a lot next month and streaming a little bit more to talk about that campaign, you know, like, we'll read Silver Fangs together, I'll go on the campaign page and like talk about what we're doing and like I'll talk about the campaign, and I'm going to be drawing Silver Fang stuff. So I won't be drawing the comic itself, but I'll be drawing Silver Fang stuff. So that'll be fun at least. Yeah, but I'm so glad you love Silver Fangs. That means so much to me. I'm so excited because, here, hang on, let me show you something. I wasn't planning on talking about Silver Fangs too much to stream, but I just want to mention it. So, this was the series preview we did last year, right? It's just a collector's edition with like super thick paper, like a fun little thing to, because people were really asking for a printed version of Silver Fangs, so this is what we did, and it's the full extended first chapter. And I'm excited because Volume 1 is going to be more than twice as big as this in terms of the amount of pages, and it's going to be this big, like your standard comic book size. So you see the difference? It's pretty big. So it's going to be this big, and it's going to be twice as thick as that. so much work, but it's so rewarding, you know what I mean? I'm just so excited. And then no, I cannot stream the interiors, unfortunately. Anyways, back to focusing. I get too excited. Sounds exciting. Oh, the OBS is scroll up. Let me see the comment. Sounds exciting. I'll definitely pick up a copy. Ah, Arbiter is the best. It's the best way to support Silver Fangs. I mean, like, of everything, like, there's lots of ways. Ko-fi, shopping at the shop, Patreon, all this stuff is so important and helpful. But what I want most of all is for people to have the books. I want people to enjoy them. Because even though it's fun to post them as webcomics online, that's not the original, like, format that we made it in. That's not like that's not the intention that it's designed to I'm not speaking proper English. Silver Fangs isn't designed or made to be a webcomic. We edit it to be a webcomic so that we could show it for free and get people reading. But like the interiors as a comic is so much better, and I'll show you what I mean. Let me find a nice one. It just looks so much better. And when you read it all in one sitting, rather than the small little bits, episodes at a time, it flows just so much better, and pick up on all the details in the story better, and yeah. Oh, whoops, we're behind an ad. That was my sign to stop. That's my sign to take a break from talking. But yeah, if you're still with me, let's add some shimmer on the earrings there. Yeah, so, like, you know, its original design is just so much better when reading it as comic pages, and when you read the full volume, I get what you mean. Yeah, like when you read the full volume, like in its original form, all in one sitting, it flows better, and you can get all the information faster so you don't forget stuff, and it's just the experience is just so much better. So, and I was saying that for a point. Oh yeah, I was saying that Ko-fi, shop, Patreon, all this stuff is great, but getting the books itself makes me the happiest above all, because it means that you will get to read it in its intended form, and that makes me happy. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I want to share. Not just about Silver Fangs, just in general. Oh, can't forget my cocoa. I never played this track before. I'm kind of into it. It kind of sounds a little tropical. Very beachy. Okay, let's do the last sword earring. I don't even know why am I doing this right? I don't even remember why I gave him these earrings. I'm not sure if it was my husband's idea or if I saw it somewhere. I have no clue, but it looks cool, so I just wish I remembered who gave me the idea. Wow, you're lining this fast. I had to go AFK. Really? Oh my gosh. I keep talking and messing up. That's crazy. What'd you go AFK for? What were you up to? Share with us. Okay. That looks good. Let's continue. With the hair. And you know what, let's put line weight on the earrings beneath them to add a little bit of depth. Like that. There were people at my door. But I don't want to talk to them, so I hid away. Do you know what they were there for? That's so funny. The hiding is such a mood. I hate talking. Well, especially when I'm not ready for it. Like facing people. I don't do well under pressure. Let's put it that way. Well, it depends what it is. There was a time where I couldn't draw in front of people or even on stream. Because I was afraid of like messing up. But then, I don't know. After a while, I was just like, you know what? Who cares? If I mess up, who cares? It's actually funny sometimes. It's content. You guys can laugh. That's why I made the redeemable sound alert of things to play when I mess up, you know? Oh, today we're inking. the lines, you can tell I'm a comic artist, can't you? Yeah. You can tell. Okay. I have no idea because I have a sign that says no soliciting and it's dark out. Oh my gosh. You. Yeah, there's a powdery piece of cocoa in my throat. Okay. You do the right thing not answering the door. I would not either. Okay, it's collarbone there. Let's add some texture there, and you know what? Let's add some line right there too. Just a bit. Okay. More weight over there. speaking of Silver Fangs, I was storyboarding today. And storyboarding is one of the most important parts, and also my least favorite part. And the reason for that is because storyboarding is like when you have to imagine all the like camera angles and stuff, and you have to lay it out on the page like this. Okay, this. Just choosing to make, wait, how do I do this? Because it's backwards on the camera. Okay, okay, it's over here. Choosing to make Isaac over here with the panel on top like this, you know, choosing the sizing, it's all on purpose because you have a limited amount of space and you need to pace it in a certain way. You want to make it so that when you turn the page, it's a reveal. Like, you don't want to have like a reveal of something in the middle of like a bunch of panels. Like, you want it to be like the first thing, and then when you turn the page, so there's like a whole art to it, you know. And then not just that, but you can't just have straight on angles all the time. You have to make things interesting. So I'll find another one. Like this shot here. I did this shot because wait, I'm sorry, it's backwards, so it's weird. So basically, I could have had this shot like a straight on, but that's boring. So I chose it to do from the bottom up to show his expression before showing what he's looking at. And this stuff matters. And the reason why I don't like doing it as much as like drawing is because it takes so much brain power. Every time I do storyboards for Silver Fangs, I'm exhausted by the end of the day. It'll take me like, and it'll take me hours too. Like sometimes I'll just be sitting there staring at the page, and my husband will actually look at me and he'll be like, "You okay?" And I'll like be sitting there for like 30 minutes because it's my brain like imagining all the scenarios of like the different panels and what I can actually do. And it's like, well, what's the best way? Like, what should the like should I have a full body shot for this? Like, what would be the purpose of that? Like, I don't know. If you guys do comics, you would understand. Or that's not true. Even if you don't do comics, you can still like get an understanding of how that works. I'm trying to find another one, but you know, like here you have Hunter remembering in the past, and then when you turn the page, it reveals Caroline, right? And then I had to keep in mind to have the island as a full spread, and I have to plan for that. So it's just exhausting. It's just it's a weird time. It's harder than drawing, in my opinion. Honestly, well, okay, harder, maybe on the same level, but anyways, I'm just rambling now. It's just work. So I was storyboarding today, so. And it's the more characters, the more difficult it is. And I was storyboarding a scene specifically with 5 characters. So, yeah. That's my vent of the day. But it's a happy vent. Because that's what makes it all the more rewarding at the end. When it looks good, you're just like, yeah. Malia says, I literally hate living in the city, lol, leave me alone, but I don't like the city either. Well, the city has its perks, but like, I would be totally fine living in like the middle of nowhere. Malia says, I definitely struggle with posing and composition. Dialogue too, which is why I stick to illustrations. What do you mean by dialogue? Like coming up with the words that they say? Or where to place dialogue on a page? Because those are totally different things. Comic artist over here. Hi. Yeah, posing and composition, that's part of it, right? That's part of the storyboarding. Not just composition of each panel, you know? Like this panel of Allegro, the way his face is over here and the file is over here, it's intentional because I'm sorry, that's mirrored. His face brings your eye, like that's intentional, right? There's a line there that draws your eye to the file and back this way. So that's composition on the panel alone. But then you have to think of the composition of the whole page. How is your eye flowing in the whole page? With the way, see, Nate's over here, and that naturally makes you come this way. And then on top of that, you have to think of the composition for the whole spread. I'll stop. Dragonkin, hello. You just caught me in the middle of the event. Finish? I haven't even started. Hi, how are you? I don't know what you mean by that comment, because I said a lot. So what do you mean? What haven't you started? Okay, back to Scar. You know what? I really like his expression. I wanted to show a softness because this guy is not soft whatsoever. This character, he's very like, I would actually say that he might. I haven't like done any research on like what kind to like give him, but he has to have some kind of like mental disorder that makes him extremely aggressive. And that's why I wanted to give him this soft expression to make this moment feel stronger, because despite being that way, despite being a killer on the field of competition, because he's a fighter, at the end of the day, he has a big heart. That's not true. No, he doesn't have a big heart. He gets a big heart. He gets a big heart after meeting Treasure. And the reason for that is because she's very, very unique, which we will read the lore together in a moment, because she is not a naturally born mermaid. She actually used to be a goldfish. So it would take a magical being to have the patience and the love for a brute like this guy. There. Looks good. Let's see, coming up with what they say. I'm a terrible writer, but I'm trying to get better. Oh, yeah, you just get better at that with practice. I can't really, it's funny, I can't really comment on that too much, because though I used to write my older stuff, my husband has completely taken over that part. Because before we did Silver Fangs, I was doing comics all the time. All kinds of comics, fan comics. I even had the AC, which was the prototype, I guess you can call, to this. And then me and my husband started like collaborating for fun, and we just had so much fun doing it that we decided to start like a real project, and we did Silver Fangs. And yeah. So he writes the scripts. I basically tell him, okay, I want this and this and this and this to happen. And he goes, okay, I want this and this and this and this to happen. I'll be like, go make it happen. Make it sound good. Then he goes and does that, and then he comes back with the scripts, and then we critique it together, and I say, well, I like this, or I like this, and then we whatever, and then he'll make changes, and then he comes to me, and then I'm storyboarding. And this is why here I'm complaining to you guys. Well, he storyboards too. Sometimes he'll do like he'll give me like his version, like how he imagines it, and then I do my version how I imagine it, and then we critique it and see which one works better and all that stuff. But because I'm the artist and I can actually draw, I have to be the one to like visualize all the hard stuff, like the camera angles and the composition, all that stuff. Because when he explains it, he uses words, and sometimes you just can't explain it with words, you have to draw it, so. Just making a joke. I don't get the joke, but well, I still like you, Dragonkin. It doesn't matter. Maybe I'm just slow. I don't really get it. Or maybe by the time I read your message, whatever it was that I said was so long gone that I just didn't make the connection. Arbiter says he's jacked. Yeah. He's a fighter from, because I don't know if you guys know this, but it's actually illegal here, and I think in America too, but in other countries it's not illegal to put a bunch of bettafish in a tank and watch them fight to the death. That's like a sports thing. People like bet on this. It's like a whole gambling like sport. They'll like bet on like certain bettafish, and they fight each other, and then the last one standing like wins, right? And I see you lurking, Laura. Hey. So in my lore, he's one of those fighters, and he's a multi-winner fighter. And it takes a crazy person, I think, to be a winner of that, like that. Is he an artist too? No, he's not. But he's still very creative in here. Very creative. More creative than me. Like, way more creative than me. But yeah, Aura, thank you for the lurk. You have yourself a good stream. I know she's gonna go off and stream as well. Which, I'll give her, you know what, I'll give her a shout out because we love Aura around here, don't we? She draws sometimes, but she's mainly a game streamer. Well, you know what I mean. So, you guys want to go say hi to her. But yeah, beta tournaments, IRL, is pretty cool. That's why they're not legal here. But I do understand why people would want to watch it. It's really interesting seeing betta fish fight. It's wild how fast they can get sometimes. But yeah. And when they're fighting, it's when they open up their fins the most. And they just look so stunning. Or, Milia, I didn't know that you were familiar with Aura to have that reaction. What do you guys chit-chat about? He's got like Aura and I chat about Zelda and Fire Emblem here and there. That's perfect. And that makes sense, yeah. She also loves those. Oh. My program's auto-saving. Let's see how that looks. Good. Very clean. Where do I want to go next? Do I want to do her face, or do I want to keep going with him? I want to do his fin here. Looks good. You know what? Since we just finished his face, actually, let's read his lore real quick. And try to open it next to the artwork so that you guys can... It's really short. So let me just put this here so you can read it. This comes from my DeviantArt account, by the way. On DeviantArt, I usually have, like, sometimes when I'll post an OC, because the description, you can put so much content on it under there. There's no, like, text limit, so I'll put more stuff there. My descriptions are usually longer, so if that's something that you care about, you know, you should follow me. You could watch me on TVNR, because there, instead of follow, it's called watch. But anyways. So this is Scar, the toughest fighter known to merfolk. This merman is filled to the bone with raging testosterone and the instinct to fight, that he is unwelcomed in social circles without supervision from multiple other strong mermen. He lives in solitude to avoid accidentally hurting others, and he makes a very good living as a tournament fighter and or hired warrior or hitman. The most amazing thing about him is he uses nothing but his brute strength to dominate. It doesn't matter what his opponents got going for them, he hasn't been killed yet. Weapons, beasts, others of the beta species, he survived everything they've thrown at him. He's a terrifying force, and popular with the women, as you can imagine. His reputation with them is strong as well. And the reason why I threw that in is because you know how sometimes you hear about like crazy, insane serial killers like being like having like a bunch of like fangirls who are into them? It's weird and insane, but it is a thing, so I figured that the same would be true for him. So that's his lore. And yeah. Let's ink some more, and then we'll read Treasure, and then we can see how they come together. Okay. Versus appreciate the lore. Glad you think I like it. I love stories, you know? His lore is so cool, just like him. Yeah. Yeah, he is neat. He's neat, he's dangerous. He's crazy. And he's definitely one of my favorite Morosies. I think who if I had to put, people have asked me this before, like who my top favorites are, and I'm just like I never really can ever answer, because it depends too. Like I have favorites for their lore, I have favorites for their design, but Scar and Treasure are definitely up there, top 5 at least. Go. Let's add some tear to his fins, because if you guys are familiar with betta fish, they often have ripped fins if you have them in like a fish tank, because they're always fighting with other fish. Like, because you can mix betta fish with other fish, but like you have to have certain circumstances. Like you need a large enough tank so that they can have their own so the betta fish can find his own territory, and when that happens, though he doesn't kill other fish, he still will fight with them if they get like too close to each other. So they'll often have like damaged fins and stuff. So he's the same, of course. I would add more rips and tears to the ends, but it gets cut off in this artwork. There's a lot of on him here, you see. But can't really see that part. Looking good. Let's do the other side. Horace in chat, acknowledging Milia. Okay, looks good. his chest now. Which I've got, it's so fun, you know, working on Silver Fangs, I got a lot more comfortable with male anatomy than female anatomy. Because my main character is a guy. That didn't used to be the case. It used to be way more challenging. How about you guys? For those of you who draw in chat, which gender of anatomy do you guys struggle with the most? Okay, let's need a little bit more weight right here. Oh, same, but instead of drawing, I love drawing men now. Exactly. She understands. Million knows what's up. Wait. Those are scratches. How did I do it here? Okay, good. I was asked how he would get, like, scratch scars on his chest. Because it's like, what, did he get scratched by a tiger or something? And I was like, no, but there are a lot of fish that have spikes, spiky dorsals and stuff like that. So I imagine that in a fight, something like that happened. If you guys want to get creative, you can decide for yourself what kind of fish. Just remember, it'd have to be a freshwater, because he's a freshwater merman. Fun fact, you know the betta fish are one of the fish, if not the fish, that can live in the harshest conditions ever. Like, you can leave a betta fish in, like, a dirty pond and come back in a week and it'll probably still be there totally fine. They're resilient as F. I've never heard of a swimming tiger with a merman, exactly. That's why they were like, hey, what, did you get, like, in a fight with a tiger or something? And I was just like, no. There are spiky fish. Let's see how it's looking. I think it's good, right? You guys approve? Let me know if you approve. Let's work on her a little. Those beautiful eyes. Let's actually come visit her over here. You can see the style change, huh? Because I drew this back in 2022. You can see it change. Every time I see growth, I feel 3 different emotions. The first one is like surprise, like, oh wow, because you don't actually know how much you're improving, right? Every single day. You don't notice it. Then the second feeling is dread, because it's like, dang, it's like I thought that was really good, and now it doesn't look as good anymore. And then the third one is just like excitement, because if you can't see or predict how much you improve every day, it's like, what's my art gonna be like in 10 years? You know what I mean? And that applies to anybody who practices like some kind of craft, like a sport or, I mean, I'm pulling a blank, but literally anything. It applies for anything that you practice consistently all the time. And it's just really cool. Do you guys relate in any way? Just give her a couple, you know, little ones under there. Make her feel a little bit more feminine. Definitely more feminine than me. You know, guys, I have like no eyelashes whatsoever. Anything you see right now is mascara and a lot of layers of it. I've got none. My husband has nicer lashes than me. It's not fair. They're so full and like nice. I'm just like, what the hell? But yeah, she can have them. She's beautiful. Sometimes it's weird zooming in so much because of the pixels, and then I have to like. Looks good. You greatly improved. Thank you for noticing. I have, right? I still think this is nice, of course. Like, I think she aged really well. But she also happens to be like one of my best pieces from that year. Like, let me show you something else from 2022 to compare. Let's see. I'm trying to pick something that wasn't my worst, but not my best either. Just like my average. Okay, sure. My avatar. That's how I used to draw faces. Let me see if I can open something more recent. Like a girl's face. It's gonna be hard to find that angle, but you know what? I'll pull up me and Tim. Can you see a difference there? I'm really bad at this, aren't I? Maybe if I do that. I don't know. I feel like you can kind of tell, right? Like proportionally. That's why I want to write more. I'll be on Stockwell's Writers Night. Exactly, Millia. Don't stop writing. You will get better. You will definitely get better over time. Even if it doesn't feel like it. I'm not like the best writer ever, so I don't give writing advice, but I can say that my husband is really good at it, in my humble opinion. And he reads a lot. So maybe that's something that you can try to do. Try to read more. You know what? I want a little bit more weight here so she doesn't disappear into the background. A little thicker. There we go. Looks good. What a soft expression she has. So sweet. There we go. both really good. Thanks! I mean, I think it's, I think they're, you know, they're both fine. But it's cool to see that change. Like, do you guys remember, last stream I was redrawing the cover of FANGS, the first volume? Because I was going to use an older artwork I can show you, actually. Maybe I'll get SPS to post this for me, actually. Where is it? Look at the difference. Okay, so I did this artwork, I think early-ish 2020, yeah, 2024 on the earlier side. So like late 2023, early 2024. And I made it as like an original, like just a basic promo at first. And I thought that it was good enough. Like the vibe was perfect for the volume 1 cover. So my husband and I were like, okay, let's use it. But because it's been like over, like what? So the beginning of 2024, so all 2024 and almost all of 2025. So almost like 2 years later, it's like, oh, like maybe you should draw it again. So this is the original. So you can take a look at that while I pull up the redo. Oh, sorry, all my graphics on this stream is hiding it. Wait, there we go. Let's see it. And then this is the remake. This you can really see the difference. I'll show you. It's this one, and then there's that one. Tell me that's not insane. It's subtle, but it's there. You see that? Okay, there. Do you see? There's so much. I can just. And I love the one on the left so much to make it the volume cover, right? Even my husband really liked it. Amelia says your style is really consistent, yet there's so much improvement within it. My art style's all over the place. Oh, don't say that. Don't say that. You know, like sometimes I know that a lot. Finding the art style that is yours is very similar to like just life in general. You know how some people are always racing in life and always like comparing themselves to each other, like, oh, you know, my friend is married, my friend has kids, or my friend like, you know, got her dream job and like I'm still working like retail. Like I feel like art styles is like the same thing. Like you can't compare. Everybody's life is different. Everybody's journey is different. So if you haven't, like if you like your art styles all over the place, that just means you're still discovering. And I think that's a lot of fun. That's part of the journey. I'm gonna finish my cocoa. But yeah, it's crazy, right? Like looking at these two, on the left, look. I'm gonna draw over it so you guys can see. I'll explain the differences that I changed. Because when I looked at this again recently to redraw it, I was just like, wow, I didn't even notice stuff before. So in the one on the left, he has no jaw. So I gave him a jaw. And then for some reason, his arms are so thin, which I don't understand why I did that. Well, I do understand, you know, I just wasn't as equipped to draw, you know, because you pick up new skills, you just get better at things. His proportions, his nose is too, like the bridge isn't deep enough. His ear is really tiny for some reason, so his ear got bigger. And then if you look at his hair, it kind of looks like a wig a little, doesn't it? It looks like it's, like, it doesn't look like it's coming out of his head. Like, I tried to do it here, which you can kind of see it, but it's too poofy, and it doesn't look like it's actually, like, it looks like a wig, to me anyway. This is good, so I didn't change that. Yeah, besides that, everything was, like, perfectly fine. His eye is a little bit big. So, and he's looking down more, which is, like, fine, a little bit mysterious. But I wanted, it gives me, him looking down gives me this vibe where he's more, like, unsure and standoffish. I wanted this, in this version, he looks way more confident because now his expression's straight on, right? And the proportions are better, his arms are bigger. I also didn't erase so much of him over there because he's supposed to be fading away, but then it takes away from the back and I wanted to show how strong he is. So yeah, huge change in my opinion. And then Malia said, I love the colors in the new one. Yeah, this one is more of like a green vibe. This one's more like blue. Similar, but definitely different. And yeah, crazy. 2 or 1.5 years. Very neat. So it's exciting. It's gonna be so sad in like 5 years. I'm gonna look at volume 1 and cry. I'm gonna be like, this isn't worthy. Then again, I'm gonna look inside and think this isn't worthy. Already, when I look at the first chapter, like, there are some pages where I'm just like, I can't even look at it. Like, specifically the pages with the cheese bros, when the vigilante messes with them, I see the brothers and I'm just like, I can't, take it away from me. I drew this in late 2022, so it's been a while. But some of them age well, you know, I still think I did this well. You know, a shot here. So, yeah. You just can't escape it, you know? Sometimes I make myself feel better by looking at, like, the masters, you know? Like, you know, when you read One Piece, you see, like, the first couple of chapters, and I think Oda's style was horrendous. It was so ugly. But recent chapters are just stunning. Like, he, you know, I mean, One Piece has been going for, what, like 25 years now? Or longer, I think. Such a transformation. I am having fun with it. I actually like to not have a consistent style. That's even better. That's so cool. So you like to really experiment. It's even better. Though I think you would be surprised that even though you don't do it on purpose, you probably do have a little bit of a style as much as you change it, because your artwork is part of who you are. So, you know, like, it's, you can probably still tell. Like, I think if someone showed me pieces of artwork and you drew some of them, I think I'd be able to point out which one's yours, even if they're all drawn totally differently. We can't help it, you know? Hope I haven't been boring you guys by like talking about showing pictures and drawing over Silverfangs and being like, I don't like this and I changed this. Whoops. Wait, is this even correct? It looks correct to me. Yeah, that's fine. I just have to tighten it up. Here we go. It's not boring me. Same. Oh, okay, great. Because I like talking a lot about that stuff. Especially my favorite thing in the world, which is Silverfangs. Like today I woke up my husband with Silverfangs talk. Which is not his favorite. When I wake him up to talk about work, he gets annoyed with me. But I couldn't hold it in today because I was talking to him about some ideas for the campaign. Even though it's like, you know, I know it's a little late for new ideas, but I was just like, okay. I was like, I think we should do this and this, and he was just like, really? Bothering me about this now? And, yeah, so you guys aren't the only one who has to hear me talk a lot. So does he. I just love it so much. There. I don't even understand how this hair clip works, honestly. I guess if it's clipped to hair, there should be another piece like this. Right? Something like that. No, that's totally horrendous. MJ, what were you thinking? Forget it. You know what? Who cares how it works? Okay, I'm an artist, not a maker of clips. Okay. Okay. It's funny, I say who cares, but if it was important and in Silver Fangs, I probably would care. I had to learn how, recently I had to learn about, gosh, how can I say without spoiling? Basically something about weapons. Dang, yeah, that's all I can say. I have to teach myself some stuff to draw it properly. Yeah, let's continue with her veins here. What do you guys think of the music too? You want me to put something else? If I do put something else, it's probably gonna be like my usual tracks, like Twilight Princess or Kingdom Hearts or Yu-Gi-Oh! Stuff like that. But I think it's pretty good. I think it's soft and sweet, and I think it matches the vibe. Okay, good. Yeah, she has like these small little side bangs because they're clipped back. Or behind her ear. I don't know, however you want to interpret that. So her bangs aren't that full. Very dainty. I'm confused. Is that part of her hair? Yeah, I think it is. Oops. Thought it was part of his dorsal fin, but that's her hair. There we go. Let's add a little bit of line weight over here. Good, good, good. I'm okay with whatever. Okay, cool. When I'm done with her head, we'll read Treasure's lore. the line art looks a little bit different, and I think I like it more than the sketch itself. Good, we love when that happens. We don't like when it gets worse. We like it when it gets better. Just... perfect. Oh my gosh, by the way, some of you guys were in here for the era of like pre-PC for MJ. Like before, because this PC that I'm using right now, that my computer, was a Ko-fi goal. Several of them actually, because it's custom built. My husband custom built it for me. And we had a couple of Ko-fi goals that was to like save up for all the parts. And because before I had my PC, I was doing everything on my laptop, and I would try to stream. And I would do it, but there was always like a lag because my laptop couldn't handle like, you know, software and the programs and stuff. So it would always lag when I would work, and doing line art would be like, this is literally what people would be watching. Me doing this. I'd be like, because there would be such a delay, it would be so slow. It was horrendous. Most of the time, like, I would draw, mainly to just like interact with chat, and then sometimes I would do I would do challenges where they'd just be like, oh, try to draw this like as fast as you can with the lag, and like it was crazy. And every time I'm doing line art or stream, I always remember what it was like before having this PC. So I don't know why I'm sharing that story. I guess the moral is thank you everybody who helped me get a better functioning computer. I can't believe that actually happened. What a time that was. Let me see, do I want the lines to reach the ends of the fins? I think I do. I think I do. So, I'm gonna erase this. I think that looks cooler. Make it go all the way to the end. Yeah. I like that. So that's some weight right here. Some weight over there. Perfect. I love curvy lines. It's so fun to draw like swirly lines. That's why I often usually draw long hair on my girls. It's just so much more fun to like, it swoops and it whooshes and it's just fun and satisfying. Okay, we're almost done her head. Drawing her hair all pinned back. Oh no, thank God you hit the goal. Yeah. It was several goals. We had one goal for a graphics card, we had one goal for like the PC, like body and everything. I don't know any, again, technology, not my strength. But I think my husband said that it would be cheaper to build. It would be cheaper and longer lasting, I think he said. So I was like, okay. So we did that. And when we hit the goal, I did the same thing I'm doing now. I took like the requests of what the tippers wanted me to draw, which by the way, Arbiter, you did contribute to this one, and we have to start thinking about the next goal soon. So if you have any ideas, you can share them in the server. There's a channel called Requests. You can like throw that in there. I would normally have put a new one by now already, but because of the campaign, I'm not like, I haven't been able to like invest like time thinking about it and planning it, but it will come soon. There we go, and her hair tie is wrapped with her pretty light blonde hair. Yay! Okay, let's read her lore now, guys. Grab it. Hers is a little bit longer. Okay, here we go. Arbiter says, I'll think about it, but it's probably going to be Yu-Gi-Oh! Related, probably 5Ds. Ooh, that's exciting. Well, I love Yu-Gi-Oh! So no problem there. I don't think I've ever drawn fan art of 5Ds though, but I do sometimes always imagine how I would draw a 10 in Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds. Like in that kind of like aesthetic. So, but yeah. Request anything, because even if it doesn't end up being chosen, it still will go on my requested queue, and I keep track of things that people request, and I'll bring them up again in future goals, because sometimes like people will like ideas, they just don't win the poll, but so often they'll come back and win later. Like we did one of Sora in his master form from Kingdom Hearts, and he was in a poll a couple times, but he didn't win, and then eventually he did win after like a couple different goals. So always send requests that you think would be cool. Okay, so here she is. This is Treasure, the mermaid who was born as an adult. Let me explain. Once there was a little goldfish who had big dreams. Dreams the little fish couldn't accomplish. Dreams to use hands and collect all of the beautiful pebbles in the pond, and dreams to be with the handsome merman down the stream. One day, the little goldfish made a wish to be a mermaid too. And maybe someone was listening, because the next morning, the goldfish was no longer just a goldfish. She was a goldfish mermaid, one that collected all her favorite pebbles, stacking them up to make a special nest, a safe home for all her fellow goldfish to swim safe and sound. Being as safe as they were able to grow to their largest size, with large fins undamaged by predators of the elements. They're the most beautiful goldfish you've ever seen. It became such a lovely little haven for goldfish that rumors spread far and wide to freshwater fish all over the world of a place known as the Natural Goldfish Bowl kept by a mermaid. Some rumors were positive, saying that she was like a guardian angel, making her own little heaven on earth for goldfish. But some rumors were negative, saying that Treasure was just a sick mermaid with an unhealthy obsession with goldfish, enslaving them and keeping them captive against their will for her own amusement. The truth? You'd have to find out for yourself. Which of course, most fish are too lazy or cowardly to do so. Except one merman, one who lived down the stream. He's a man of integrity with an open mind, and once he heard of the rumors about Treasure and her treasure trove of goldfish, he wanted to come by for a visit and see it for himself. And then I wrote, only serious followers of my art would know that it was probably Uni who granted Treasure's wish. Who is Uni? I'll show you. It's another OC. Let me grab her. Uni. There you go. And her lore, she has like some, she's got wish granting powers. That's a whole other lore. Hey, if you want to read these, you can actually go on my DeviantArt, okay, and you can, you know, just find the art in my gallery and just read the descriptions. Barbara says, okay, thank you. Yeah, you're welcome, totally. So yeah, so the way that, so she's born out of she used to be a goldfish, and she made a wish to be a mermaid, and she got that wish, and she used her mermaid abilities to build a nest for a goldfish. And I don't know if you guys knew this, but goldfish can actually grow pretty gigantic. They usually just don't, because fish will grow with their environment. If you have a small bowl or a small tank and you have fish in there, they're only going to grow so big because they need to adapt to their environment, right? So goldfish, you know, most people have goldfish like what, like that big in their tanks. But if you got like a really big tank, like just pretend that you have like a tank like, I don't know, half the size of your room or something. The goldfish can grow to be like this big. Like really big. So that's why in the lore I mentioned how like, because she made a safe space for them and built like walls with pebbles and stuff to keep them from predators, they grew to like insane sizes and they became very beautiful and all that stuff. And all these rumors spread across the world of this fish bowl kept by a mermaid. You know, the merman, the Scar specifically, this guy, heard about it, and he wanted to see what this was about. Because he heard the rumors. He's just like, is she nuts? Should I kill her? Or is she like genuine? And then this happened. Yeah, that's the story. Whoops. Let's continue. Shoulder there. Okay, now let's continue. So his dorsal goes over his shoulder. And his shoulder comes over like that. And her hair needs line weight because it's in front of the shoulder, so it should be thicker. There we go. Perfect. Oh, program's auto-saving again. I didn't even know that goldfish getting that big. I really thought this through. No, not really. Here's the thing. When it comes to my fun OCs, like basically OCs that outside of SilverPangs, okay, this discounts SilverPangs because we put everything in SilverPangs. Outside of that, when it comes to like my fun art, my fun mermaid OCs, fan fiction, all this stuff, I actually don't put that much thought. I just kind of make it up like in 5 seconds. The reason why it looks like it sounds like it's thoughtful is because I work at an aquarium. That's my day job. So I know a lot about fish. So I just happen to know these little factoids. So I just include them in my mermaid lore because like I've been working in an aquarium for like, gosh, when did I start working there? I think it's gonna be, wow, it'll be 10 years next year. Yeah, because at the aquarium we like sell fish and fish tanks to people, right? And my job is to know enough about the fish so that I can help people build their tanks and their ecosystems at home. And I catch the fish out of the tanks to like package and like give to them. And one thing about goldfish, there's a lot of what's the word? I was gonna say misunderstandings, but it's not. It's more like, not misinformation. It's more just like, what would you call it? There's a word for this. For some reason, my brain just can't like put it together. But a lot of things that people think about goldfish is actually not true. Like for one, keeping a goldfish in a goldfish bowl, though you technically can do that, you're actually just slowly suffocating your goldfish. And a lot of people don't know that because they're not like betta fish. They actually don't thrive in a goldfish. They'll survive because they're tough, but they'll die a lot sooner, and they're basically like, they just can't really breathe very well. So you're basically killing it really slowly for the span of many years. And a lot of people don't know that. And another thing that people don't know is that goldfish can actually grow to really large sizes. The reason why they don't know that is because most people don't keep goldfish in such large tanks because no one has such large tanks. Yeah, they can get pretty big. It's like with koi. Like koi fish can get actually quite humongous as well. But, what was I saying? Myths! That's the word I was looking for. I'm like misunderstanding myths. There's a lot of myths about goldfish. And one is that, you know, you can keep it in a goldfish bowl and it's no problem. But technically, you shouldn't. We're actually told at work to prevent, to do everything we can not to sell goldfish to someone that we suspect is going to put into a bowl, just because it's cruel. It's a form of animal cruelty. So we always take them to the betta fish wall, because we have a big wall with shelves and lights, and you just have a bunch of tiny little bowls with just betta fish just lined up. Most people don't mind because a lot of people actually don't know about betta fish, surprisingly. Like, they'll come to the store looking for a goldfish because they just want a simple, like, goldfish in a bowl for like, their kids and stuff like that. So then when they discover the betta fish, they're actually fine with it because they're like, wow, these are actually really pretty. I'm like, yeah, they're freaking stunning. Some of the prettiest fish ever. Nicer looking than goldfish, in my opinion. The only downside is that a lot of people think that betta fish don't really look like fish. They don't have the traditional shape for it. And they're just like, oh, but we want, like, a fish that looks like a fish. And then I'm like, you gotta get a tank then. You gotta get a tank, or at the very least, put an air pump in your goldfish bowl. Which might look a little weird, so you're better off getting a tank. Thanks for the knowledge. It sounds like a chill job. Yeah. Yeah, I enjoy it. It is technically still a retail job, so if anybody... Why aren't I doing this right? So if anybody works retail, I basically have the same frustrations with you. It's mainly like customers. And I happen to get along well with my with the manager. So that's lucky for me, because there was a point where he actually had an accident a few years back, and he was in a coma, which was really scary for like 8 months. And while he wasn't there, his stand-in sucked, and I hated going to work. Like, people change anything. You can have like a really cool job, and then the moment like some lame buzzkill comes around, they could just ruin it for you. So yeah, while he's my manager, it's a chill job. Gimmers, first time chatter, hello. Hey, you draw very well. Thank you very much. It is indeed what I do. It is my #1 passion. How are you? Do you like art? If you do, what kind of art do you like? I'm drawing a mermaid couple that was heavily requested by my supporters. That's what we're up to today. These are my OCs. Some weight there. Go. I do. I wouldn't say I have a favorite kind of art. I'd say I'm just a fan of the medium itself. That's great. Well, when I ask like what your favorite kind of art is, I guess let me rephrase to make the question a little bit easier. Do you like animated movies? Do you have a favorite animated movie? Do you like comics? I'm a big comic fan. What kind of comics do you like? Manga, anime, video games? All of this is art. What are you into? I'm so sorry to hear that. I feel ya. It sucks to have mean managers. Yeah. Yes, it does. And it really sucks too because when I was a teenager and I had my first job, I was actually verbally abused at my first job. And it was my first job, so I actually didn't know any better. So I actually tolerated it because I thought I was the problem. I thought that I was like weak or something. Because I was just like, you know, I used to tell myself like life is tough, life is hard. It's just the way the world is, and if I can't put up with like something like this, then I'm not gonna make it. So that sucked. And then when I got the job that I have now, and my manager was nice, my coworkers were nice, it was like a completely different world. And I was just like, oh, so things don't have to suck. I was young. So I'm very grateful that I'm in the situation I'm in, especially since my manager is very aware that I freelance as well. So when I got more like commissions, or if like I've got a lot going on, he gets it. He's really nice. He always gives me first dibs on the schedule. Like he'll tell me like if I tell him in advance what days I want to work, he usually gives me the choice because he thinks my art's good and he believes in me. He's really nice. I've known him for so long. He's kind of like a big bro, actually. He's very chill. When I was in school, he used to actually tell me to work. He used to tell me to work less. I remember I used to work a lot because, unfortunately, my folks kind of made me. I'm not going to go into detail with that because that's a little too personal. But he didn't know that, and he used to tell me like, "Why are you working so much?" He's like, aren't you a full-time student?" I'm like, "Yeah." "Yes." And he'd be like, "You shouldn't be here." He's like, "You should like go home and like take a nap or something." And I was just like, "You're a friend." He rocks. Okay. Okay, this part is a little tricky to keep straight. Oh wait. No, it's going well. Nice. That went really smoothly, actually. Another one. the line tool, but then it looks too stiff. I like doing things by hand. It just looks better. Hey, Shisu, right? I always get that wrong, but how are you doing? I'm doing great, thank you. Today we're working on this mermaid couple, which was voted by my Ko-fi supporters. You can see in the bottom of the screen we reached 100% on the goal, and this is what they voted for. So that's what we're doing. And if you look at the top of the screen, you can see that we're launching a campaign soon. So please, please, please consider supporting. Mark your calendars, you know, check it out. No pressure yet, it's too early to add pressure. Me hinting that the pressure comes next month. So yeah, I'm really excited. Super, super excited. I want to get these printed so badly. Okay, good, great, looking good. Let's do the other strap. Oh, you know what else, you guys? October is my favorite time of year because I love spooks and I love Halloween and I love the fall. It's my favorite season. So I need a list of scary movies to watch next month. So that's another thing. If you're in the server, go drop your favorite movies, your favorite spooks. Or they don't have to be scary, just like Halloween movies in general. Like good movies to watch for that season. Looks good. And now the other one. Yeah. No. There we go. There we go. I love her top. That's something that I'm proud of on her design. It's totally cute. You gotta write every time. Don't worry. Okay, good. I'm good though. I finished watching Sakamoto Days. I don't know what that is. Educate me. I also created my own Sakamoto Days OC character myself because I love the show. That's great. It's always fun. Yo, I live for fan fiction. I do it a lot too. Whenever I have like some time to just turn my brain off and just like indulge in like my favorite stuff, like I'm always like writing in my in the notes app in my phone. I should share those one of these days. People always ask about Tem and my OC and I'm just like, it's like, okay, I gotta like go through all my notes and tighten it up so I have something to share with people. Because it is kind of like a tease, right? Like I draw them together so much and then it's just like, oh, what's the story? And I'm like, oh. It's kind of all over the place, but... Sakamoto Days is an anime. Well, what do you like? Like, tell me more about it. Like, what's the story? Wait a second, that perspective isn't correct. Let's fix that. It should be this way, not this way. Like this. Her cleavage. Making her voluptuous and feminine, which is the perfect contrast to that beast of a merman. It's very appropriate. Good. Oh wait. Yeah. Kind of have to imply where the metal on the inside is going. Very good. Oops. Yeah. What do you think, guys? Looking pretty clean, huh? Nice and neat. This would make a great coloring page. Say in chat if you guys would like tip me on Ko-fi for this as a coloring page. I'm thinking like a book. I think it'd be pretty good. I think I might do that. She says Sakamoto Days follows Taro Sakamoto, once the world's most feared assassin who retires from the violent world to live a peaceful life with his family after falling in love. Cute. However, his past relentlessly pursues him, forcing him to use the skills to protect his family and his convenience. This kind of reminds me of John Wick a little bit. From the former enemies and now threats, all while adhering to a strict no-killing rule he adopted for his new life. That sounds interesting. How many episodes is it? That up. Incur plus damage. There we go. First season just got completed as 22 episodes. How many seasons? I just finished an anime recently. I finished Attack on Titan. Have you seen that? I need a break for my glasses because my headphones are squishing into my face. They're hurting my head. Nah, that line art style makes them look like stones, but they're not, they're scales. Just gonna do that instead. I think that's more subtle. Yeah. So if you look at how I did them here, it's more like a texture rather than actual scales. And I like the look. I don't do it often, so I'm gonna keep that. I'm not gonna change it. Because normally when I redraw stuff from that are older, I'll like upgrade or do something in like a different way. But I already don't do it that way often, so I'm going to keep that the same. I'm gonna keep that. Sakamoto Days only has 1 season so far. Ah, so it's still coming out. Interesting. So it's very new. No, I have not watched Attack on Titan. LOL. Why do you say LOL? Why'd you write LOL to that? Is it because of the dark themes? It's funny, you know, when I watched it, I went in completely not knowing anything about it. All I know is that there were big human-looking monsters just from like what I've seen of it online, but I didn't know anything else. And when I watched it, I was just like, whoa. It's like last time I felt like that was when I watched like Death Note for the first time. But I really enjoyed it. No, I just say LOL for the sake of it. Oh, okay. Well, I recommend. It's really interesting. Actually, if Amelia, if you're still with us, I think you would like it because you liked Death Note. And the reason why I use Death Note as an example is because Death Note kind of plays with the theme of like morals and the dark realities of life. Attack on Titan kind of does that. Wait, what would I like? So she's still with us. I was voting out. The anime Attack on Titan. If you like Death Note, I think you'd really like it. It's quite dark, and nobody I know has seen it, and I have yet to be able to talk about it with anybody. Oh yeah, it's on my watch list. Good. I just watched it recently, and I think I'm gonna watch it again, which tells you that it's good, because it's one of those things that like once you have all the answers by the end, you're just like, wow, now it makes me want to rewatch it again, knowing all of the context, because so much happens where you're just like, you know, you need like to keep watching to find out the answers. So I might watch it again. Attack on Titan is on my watch list. That's great, Shisu. I think you'll like. I think you'll like it. Well, I mean, I don't know what specifically you're into, but you know, if you like darker stuff, you will like. Oh, I like Attack on Titan. I mixed up the ending. Yeah. Oh my gosh, me too. Like, okay. I was warned about the ending when watching it, and I was expecting something a lot worse. To be honest, I don't hate it. But I don't love it either. It's very, you know, I'm gonna bend her finger a little bit more. Actually, yeah, hang on. Sorry guys, give me a second. Her finger is too straight, it doesn't feel natural, so I'm going to quickly make her finger come this way. like that. Oh, I also just noticed that I'm drawing too many sharp angles, so it's making it look like a guy's hand. You see what I mean? Male anatomy, it's my autopilot. So let's make it a little bit more dainty. Okay. I think that looks way better. I did it pretty quickly, thankfully. Because hands, you know? We don't like that. We don't like hands. Yeah, okay. Let's see. Shisu says it depends, to be quite honest. Currently I'm watching Chainsaw Man and prep for the Chainsaw Man movie that is releasing in theaters in October. In the movie theaters. Again, I'm uneducated. Tell me what Chainsaw Man is. I don't actually watch a lot of anime. I read manga more and like comics and stuff. And I keep up with like things that are like really like big to like keep up with like the culture, if that makes sense. Like I'll watch like movies that are coming out and stuff like that, but there's just so much anime, so like, yeah. That's why I watch Attack on Titan, because it's one of those big ones, and I see it everywhere, and it's very big, so it's the reason why I read One Piece. I read all 1,100 chapters of One Piece, and the chapters are still coming out, and I read it every single time. Still reading One Piece. I don't want to spoil. It feels rushed and inconsistent. Inconsistent. Do I find inconsistent? I wouldn't describe it as inconsistent. Rushed, I can see why you would say that. Well, one thing I will say, you can tell me if this has anything to do with what you mean by inconsistent. The tone of the show, the majority of the time, versus the last season is completely different. Totally changes to something that you do not expect. And I think that's part of the reason why a lot of people had a problem with it, because you're used to one certain thing, and you're expecting it to go a certain way, and then it completely just doesn't. And because it's like watching two different shows, and so it's different because it's like, you feel like the last season would have its own type of audience, so it's kind of like you're forcing a certain audience to like accept like a totally different. It really does feel like two different shows. And I think I understand what the creator was trying to go for, but yeah, I don't know. I didn't think about it that much, but maybe you have a point there. Maybe it would actually be better if the ending that he wanted to tell, maybe that could have been like a spin-off or like a different story. That's why I say that's why I feel like I have mixed feelings with the ending, because what he's trying to say as a creator and the thought-provoking challenges he's trying to get people to think about have value, and that's why I say I don't hate the ending. Like, I like what he was trying to do, but I think that it wasn't executed right. Yeah. Yeah, maybe he should have had like an ending that fans were expecting, and then maybe did like a new series with the direction that he wanted to go in. You know, maybe it could have even had the same characters. Maybe it could be just like a retelling, like an AU. You know, I don't know. What do you think? Arbor says, I will destroy my enemies and fight, fight, fight by you know who to I don't know why. Yeah, yeah, I think that has to do with the fact that he had, how do I say this without spoiling? he had so many of the important elements in him that it kind of made him lose himself. It made him a little crazy. I don't think it was really him anymore. You know, he was able to see so many outcomes and things that other people couldn't see or understand. So that had to have been like a lonely feeling. Yeah, maybe that's another problem. Maybe the transformation was too abrupt and too sudden. Because the way you wrote it, like, it sounds like it happened like this, and it did. Because you can go from I will destroy my enemies to I don't know why with character development, but because it was so fast-paced and just happened all of a sudden, and we don't even get to follow him very well in the last season. Like, it's kind of like we're kind of seeing it all from the perspective of the supporting cast, so we don't actually know what's happening. So we kind of feel like totally ignored, as like in the narrative, like we're not being told what's happening. So yeah, it's a conflicting situation. That's why I say, like, I'm just like, I liked it, but I didn't love it. I did love the earlier seasons more, and you know, when I was watching, my husband's seen it before me, so when I was watching and I was theorizing it and stuff, I was like way off, and I don't think anybody who would watch it blind could guess where it was going. And normally that's a good thing. You want to be surprised, but you want to be able to guess some things, and I don't think, yeah, just bad execution, not a bad story. I don't think it's a bad ending. I think it is bad execution. Okay, I totally did this hand on autopilot. Let me see. What have I done here? Okay, I'm gonna add some rough spots on his hand since, you know, he's a fighter. So he should have, his hands should reflect the damage. Alright. And then let's see. Shisu says Chainsaw Man follows the story of Denji, an impoverished teenager who makes a contract that fuses his body with that of Pachita, the dog-like chainsaw devil, granting him the ability to transform parts of his body into a chainsaw. It's a gory anime. Okay, I think the other one sounds a little bit more interesting to me. I don't like gore for the sake of gore, but yeah, it sounds like a very niche series. Arbor says, I understand, and yeah, it would be better with more build-up. Yeah, and I would have liked to see more of the character that we're talking about, more of his perspective in the last season. Like, he was really interesting to me because we got like that time skip. I don't think that's a spoiler, is it? There's a time skip and tons of stories. When the time skip happened, I was actually really interested to get to know, like, the way he looked, the way he talked. He was so different. And I was just like, I'm interested in this. Like, I like that, and I was really curious to see where it would go. And it was totally fine. I would have liked to see more. Like, in the end, when he talks to his best friend, it was kind of like a dump on us, and I would have just liked to have seen that earlier. But, like, again, like I said, I know what the author was trying to do, you know, with the, like, aha, I bet you expected something else, right? But, do you think, Arbiter, I'm asking you, do you think, oh, hey, Jonah's coming from YouTube. Hey, Jonah, I'm sorry, I just noticed your comment now. Are you still with us on YouTube? I'm not sure. Well, I can see the chat on YouTube now, because that was a problem before, where I couldn't see the YouTube chat from OBS. But I can see it now, so if you want to say hello to me over on YouTube, hi. Arbiter, I want to ask you what you think of do you think the character we're talking about was correct in the decision that he ended up going with by the end? Like, to handle the overall conflict. Dark Eagle says, hi everyone, jumped over to Twitch. Oh. I could see your comments on YouTube. Sorry, it just took me a while to notice it because you were the first one to say something over there. Still getting used to the YouTube chat. How are you doing, by the way? Okay. Yeah, everything's chill over on YouTube, right? Everything's cool? We're good? Okay, great. It's exciting. We're celebrating 200 followers on Twitch and 300 on YouTube. So thank you guys for hanging out with me. I'm glad you enjoy my rambles while I work. These things, I kind of imagine them as like fish scales, but they're more like dragon scales where they're really tough. See, he's got them here. Like tough like gravel, you know? Like he uses them to shield. I don't know if like they're... I drew it so that they were growing out of him. Just because I thought that would be like really like cool. But maybe he made them. I don't know. You guys can decide that. Let's take a break from inking those for a second and let's move on to the scar on his chest. Just a quick little... We don't want to make it too perfect of line work because it's a wound. And wounds aren't perfect. Okay. Sorry, I've been around for a bit, just stuff and all that. No problem. You hang out when you are good and ready. I'm gonna be streaming a lot more next month, so maybe you'll be able to hang out with us then. Okay. This is going to be thicker because it's his back and it separates him from the background. And hang on. There we go. I think this looks good. I'm pleased. Oh wait, hang on. So, I don't think I finished drawing his dorsal fin, so it would come up here. And then it would come here. So let's throw that in. His dorsal's back there. Yeah. Cool, because she's got the big, like, butterfly wing sort of dorsals. Let me catch up on chat in a second. I am blind. Okay, these eyes are made for the sea, not above water. Let's see. Siren, the only anime that I love truly right now is Demon Slayer. I also love the manga too. I'm aware of Demon Slayer. I should probably look into that one as well because that is like a big one. Demon Slayer broke records. What do you like about Demon Slayer? Tell me what you like about it. Arbiter says, I think he that shall not be named was wrong for his people. It ended up in disaster for his people. He should have gone all the way or do his brother's plan. Interesting. I thought you were gonna say he was wrong for a different reason, but you instead said that he was wrong for not going all the way. That's a dark opinion, which is really interesting because most people don't think that. At least from what I've seen online. I don't know, maybe I looked in the wrong spaces, but that's really interesting. I don't know if I liked the brother's plan though. At first I thought it makes sense, like it logically makes sense, but the thing is that I don't like the idea of that happening to innocent people. That's the best way to put it. Especially for people who had no idea about the history. So I think going all the way is super dark, but it would get the job done, you're right. But his way was enough. I don't know. But I appreciate you sharing your take. Personally, I actually don't know, but I do agree with you that going all the way would have been probably a more efficient way. But then you have to start asking me like morally. That's why I said it makes me feel like how I felt with Death Note, because it's like what Kira was doing was like efficient and it made sense. But is it correct? Is it morally justified? You know, it's difficult. It's frustrating, and I love it's good concept. I like stories like that. Let's see. Dark Eagle says, I believe that in some shows and movies the villain is right depending on the circumstances. Yeah, totally. Corky says, I need money to throw at you. Hi Corky, welcome back. Demon Slayer is so good. Like, I love how it shows not to give up and that people can change and learn from the past. I have to look into Demon Slayer. The only reason I haven't looked into it yet is because I personally don't really like the character designs. Like, I don't know anything about Demon Slayer. Like, if I watched it, I would go in blind, just like with Attack on Titan. I don't like to look into things unless I decide I'm not going to watch it, and I haven't decided that with Demon Slayer. But like, just the visuals of like the main characters, I just don't think they look cool. And I'm sorry if that hurts anybody's feelings. It's just my opinion. It doesn't mean I'm right. That's just how I feel. So I have to, maybe I'll bug my husband to watch it for me, and he could tell me if the story's worth it. She just says, what I love about Demon Slayer is the story, character, soundtrack, and it has emotional moments and life lessons. Oh, that's so wholesome. Also, beautiful animation. The animation's nice. I know Attack on Titan, the animation's really good. Because normally, when watching anime compared to reading the manga, I think the anime looks atrocious. I usually avoid watching anime because I think it's, like, they just don't look as good as the actual artwork. There are exceptions to that, and Attack on Titan is one of them. Absolutely stunning animation. Corky says, oh, I've been here and a whole time just swimming around in the background. Oh, she's been lurking. What have you been doing while watching? Arbor says, I'm thinking about the best interest for his people in his perspective, not defending it. I personally would like a peaceful approach. Yeah, I know, same. But then you also have to ask, like, because of human nature and how, like, crappy most people are, like, would the peaceful approach work? Because that's what other characters wanted, right? But isn't that, like, naive? You know? It's difficult. It's difficult. So yeah, it makes sense. Being in the character we're talking about, being in their position, I do think that he did the best that he could. And then it's just a matter of, was the 60% enough, or should he have gone all the way? I don't know. Or his brother's plan. I don't know. I totally understand all perspectives, I really do. watched WWE. I don't think it means what I think that means. Well, what does that stand for? Can you tell me? Educate me. Shisu says it's perfectly fine if you don't want to watch Demon Slayer. Oh, it's not that I don't want to. I just haven't decided yet. I just think that, like I said, I just don't think that the character designs look very good. But that's not enough to push me away. I'm not that closed-minded. I just haven't gotten that push to do that yet. Oh boy, her hair is gonna take a while. Lots of lines. Okay, let's do a little bit more before I bore you guys. And we should be calling it a stream soon because it has been already 2.5 hours. And I don't like keeping the streams too long or too late. But you guys gotta tell me if it's been fun. Because I think today, because it's more common when streams go in the kind of way where like the chat's talking a lot and I'm just responding to what people say. But a lot of today has just been me about a bunch of stuff. Just random stuff and inking. So if that was entertaining, please let me know. Dark Eagle's been getting into his creative work. Good for you. We love being a creative around here, that's for sure. Nice. Smooth, straight lines with no jitter. Love it. It looks good. Might add some line weight after that, but it's something I can do off stream. Let's see. I'm having fun. Thanks, Arbiter. You're the best. You're so chill. I'm so glad you're around and you we discovered each other. You know what? It has been a while. Let me save this. Okay. That's a really long saving screen, but alright, we'll just wait. I'll just check chat anytime. Didn't know you love Attack on Titan. I do! I didn't think I would, but it's really up there with like some of my favorites. Well, I mean, I've only seen it one time, but I want to watch it again. to catch up all the stuff that I missed the first time, not knowing what was going on. You know, with the context, it's like now it's like, okay, I want to know. I want to see all the details, all the foreshadowing that went over my head the first time, you know? But yeah, I do like it. Oh, my favorite characters are definitely Sasha is my favorite character, and then I like Levi and Aaron. How about you? Yeah. Oh, OBS isn't letting me scroll up again. I hate it when it does that. Aaron, Mikasa, Potato Girl, Levi, and Erwin. Erwin was sick. He's another one. Yeah, I liked him a lot. Gonna step up for the night. Try to just be early for your next stream. Yeah, no problem, Dark Eagle. Thanks for hanging out. I hope to see you next time. You have yourself a good night. Yeah. I love Sasha a lot. Yeah, there's a certain scene that I'm not going to spoil, but I will say, Erwin, or is it pronounced, it's pronounced Erwin, right? Because it's German, I think? Erwin or Erwin, either way. The last scene he's in is freaking epic. I think it's probably like one of my favorite parts in the entire show. I was watching while I was eating, I was just like my jaw was just like, yeah. Really awesome, very inspiring. I would say it's up there with one of like the best moments in anime. Like I have certain moments in my head, like moments that just made me like feel some kind of way. It's up there with them, for sure. That lock of hair is not flowing, not vibing. The lines are not correct. Let me just try that again. There we go. Okay, let's take a break from her hair, because there's just so many strands of it. Let's move over here. Push her back there. Okay. Let's see. Great character and leader. Definitely. Shizu says, I'm also happy I can watch anime and relax while I recover from my car crash I hit into Thursday and dislocated my arm. Oh my gosh. Oh, you're behind an ad. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. My goodness. I'll respond when you return. Right here. Okay, we're back from the ad. I want to hear in chat from you guys if you would like to see me finish this on stream. Keep in mind I will not be streaming this next month because next month I'm going to be streaming a lot more and I'm going to focus strictly on SILVERFANGS. So you'd have to wait and see her in November. So if that's a bit of a long wait, I'll continue to work on her off stream. But if you want to see her see these guys finished from start to finish, then it's gonna have to wait. So tell me what you'd prefer, and I'll see what people say. I'll ask Kofi supporters as well. Let me know. Shisu, you said that you got into a car crash. I am so sorry. That must be so uncomfortable. I'm so glad that you're like safe and not in a worse situation. Thank goodness. Let's pull back, see how that's looking. Yep, that's good. Thank you for the support. Absolutely. Rest and do all that you need. Wait. There we go. Get well soon. Yeah, definitely. But yeah, I'm gonna do a quick recap of what's going on, you guys. If you like my work, I would normally let you know the ways to support me, but instead I'm going to remind you that I'm gonna run a campaign next month with my team to fund the first volume of my comic and biggest passion project that I love more than anything in the whole wide world, SILVERFANGS, right there. So if you do want to support me, hold on to that support and put it directly to that campaign next month. It would mean everything to me, and you won't regret it because SilverFangs is awesome. And it's my art, and it's my passion, so everybody wins, okay? Don't forget that, okay? And next month, you'll get reminders because I'll be streaming as often as I can, as much as I can, and I'll be drawing SilverFangs characters on stream. We'll look at the campaign together in case any of you guys aren't familiar with Kickstarter. I can like talk to you about it and how it works. We'll read SilverFangs. We'll read it on Webtoon together. All that fun stuff. And we can even talk about like our favorite like comics and stuff, and just it'll be like a manga month. Well, a SilverFangs month, but you know. And we'll talk about like all of the scary movies we're watching and the season in general. I love October so much. I'm gonna wear like Halloween clothes. Like I'll try to like make it fun. Maybe we'll do a Halloween promo for SilverFangs on stream. Draw the characters in costume and stuff. We'll figure it out. It's gonna be fun, okay? I'm fine with whatever. It's fun and chill to me regardless. Thanks, Arbiter. Thanks for giving me the freedom. I'll definitely support the campaign. You're the best. Thank you so much. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. Supporting the campaign is the best way to support SilverFangs and my work in general. Okay. I'm just reminding you guys of this because the stream will be ending soon because it's 11 p.m. here. What time is it where you guys are? Not that 11 is that late, but I do want to go and do some other things as well. Maybe finish that storyboard that I'm going, so storyboarding. Just wrap up the storyboards and clean up and, you know, wind down in my bed. Think about my husband, do Ferrotin. And then end the day there. Looks good, except his thumb is gigantic. Why have I done— wait. Is that proportionate? Yeah, that looks proportionate, actually. I think I'm overthinking it. Okay. I'm gonna cosplay for October. What are you cosplaying as? Let me see, how did I— so here I did the scales a lot closer together. Here I kind of spread them out. Which version do I like more? Wait, whoops. Do I like them really tight or loose? I guess the tight one looks more menacing, doesn't it? Dang, I think I have to undo all this work I did. Just get rid of these. Okay. I have to do something like this. Maybe make him a little sharper as well. So there's more like a claw vibe. Like that.
New donation from Kayla.
Kayla, did you leave a message? I'm gonna check. Because SBS's Ko-fi is set up totally different. How are you? How was the game? If you're listening. Okay, let me check real quick, guys, what Kayla said. Kayla sent a donation to Ko-fi, specifically SilverFangs' Ko-fi page. just to make sure I don't miss her message. Let's see, she says, yay, Silver Fangs. Perfect. Thank you so much, Kayla. I can't see from my end how much, did it say how much you tipped? No, it does not say. I'd have to log into the account, so I'll just ask SPS how much it was. Thank you so much. Kayla is the best. You know that? You guys don't understand. If you want to thank someone for Silver Fangs, other than my husband and I, thank Kayla. She's one of the biggest supporters. And if you guys don't know, the goals at the bottom of the screen, that's what her tip just went to. She tipped toward the voter promo art. And what that is over on Ko-fi, once the goal is reached, everybody who contributed and sent a donation, we're going to chat with them to decide what my next